What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? Coach Cole here with you. Getting ready for another exciting episode of Sports Frenzy. Coming at you live from our Adrian Studios. Season 8, Episode 19. But first, we need to recap last week's show. Let's go ahead and jump into Season 8, Episode 18. This is the recap part of the show. Coach Cole with you. Hope everybody's had a great week so far. Be interesting to see for our video portion of the show what tomorrow brings for everyone with this crazy Michigan weather. One day we're walking around outdoors enjoying 50-degree weather. Next day it's snowing like crazy and the winds are blowing. Welcome to Michigan. Alright, as you can see, I've done a few things to the studio. Yeah, we have a little bit of a setup going on now for you guys, so see how you guys like this. Camera-wise, looking at the cameras, it looks like I'm a little farther back. And I should have put on one of my bigger shirts because I look kind of big in these pictures. Oh well. Anyway, let's recap last week's show for you guys. Actually, what I want to do real quick here. So this week on the show, wow, it took me forever to get sheets done because, as tradition, those of you who have been with us forever, tradition, we always have some kind of technical difficulties. Well, this week I was having technical difficulties with our computer program I use. And so I want to mention to you guys, I noticed when I printed up my sheets today, and I don't know if it did it for everybody, and I apologize for this if it did, but not only did it print this week's games, but it also printed the games from last week for some reason. So I just wanted to show you real quick. Anything beyond the Major League Baseball preseason games is from last week. So I apologize if you printed your sheets and a bazillion sheets printed, because that's kind of what happened to me. I didn't see it or catch it until the sheets were printed. But your last games will be Major League Baseball preseason games, and everything after that you'll notice is repeats from last week. So yeah, lots of also before I get into the recap, we do have lots of local basketball action still going on. However, I don't have anything on the sheets this week as far as local games go because districts have started for the girls. Districts start for the boys, I believe, on Monday. So I didn't have any other games for you guys this week as far as local games go. We'll talk about that more in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get our recap done for you guys. So these were starting off with our boys' varsity games from Friday night. And our first game has Addison getting the win over Napoleon, 62-58. I didn't get my upset special as Lincoln takes out the Adrian boys, 83-48. Dundee beats Blissfield 71-62, and Whiteford beats Britton Deerfield 44-33. Continuing on with men's high school basketball. The Clinton Redskins Whitmore Lake game nobody reported the score on that game. I could not find that score anywhere for you guys. So everybody got a point for that game. Every website I went to said that we're waiting. Please report the score. So everybody got a point for that game. Hillsdale beats Hudson 47-33. Morenci beats Madison 48-39. Onstead beats Columbia Central 60-36. And Ypsilanti beats Tecumseh 52-31. And your last men's basketball game of that week, we have Summerfield beating Sand Creek Aggies 58-53. And oh, look, we got somebody weighing in on the live feed. I gotta crawl down here because my vision isn't that good. Jamie Rose weighing in. He says, "You're so far away, Tim. I can't see you." Okay, let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. Make some camera adjustments here. That a little better, Rose? Does that work for you? If Rose is still with me, he'll let me know that information in a minute. We have Zeke the Pug joining us on the new Sports Frenzy futon tonight as well. He really likes his futon, so he's kind of made it his own. All right, back to our show here. Ladies varsity basketball. There, I pulled a little closer. Hopefully that helps out a little bit, guys. Ladies varsity basketball game, we had the Tecumseh getting the win over Ypsilanti, 51-33. Onstead getting the win over Madison, 43-41. Whitmore Lake getting the win over the Clinton girls, 44-29. And Adrian Maples getting the win over Lincoln, 59-40 was your final score there. Moving into men's college basketball, we had Harvard beating Princeton in overtime, 72-66. Harvard being coached by Tommy Amaker, former Michigan coach. And speaking of Michigan, Michigan beats Maryland 85-61 in MIAA the semifinals tournament, and this was also your first 3-point bonus game. Hope takes out the Adrian Bulldogs, ending the Bulldogs season. And Findlay beats Hillsdale 88-61. Moving along into your next game, we had, this was your second 3-point bonus game. We have Boston Celtics beating your Detroit Pistons 110-98. In hockey action, we saw the Red Wings getting it done against the Hurricanes. 3-1 is your final there. In college hockey action, I'm going to move up a little bit here, change this around a little bit. Let's try this. See if this looks a little better. The lighting's a little bad, but I can change that a little bit too. Let me give it a shot. Move this a little bit here. There we go. Maybe a little better. Try this. Alright, still trying to work out all the bugs on the set here, guys. I apologize. Let's see how that works out for a bit. There we go. Okay, so college hockey scores we had for last week. We got the Go Blue Boys of Michigan getting the win against Arizona State 5-3. The NCHA Harris Cup semifinals, we have the Adrian Bulldogs getting it done against Lake Forest 9-0. Minor league hockey action. We have the Grand Rapids Griffins getting the win against the who did they play? Iowa Wild 2-1. And the Toledo Walleye getting the win against the Atlanta Gladiators 3-2. All right, your 2018 Elimination Chamber match had the 7 guys in it: The Miz, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Braun Strowman, Elias, and Finn Balor. We had Roman Reigns getting the win in that match in what turned out to be an okay pay-per-view. Not spectacular, but it was an alright pay-per-view. And Asuka beating Nia Jax. So the WrestleMania match is still a 1-on-1 match for Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Your finals coming in for NASCAR this week, and I was talking with my sister, Kate Seeley, and she was giving me some live updates on NASCAR. And apparently it was a little kooky this week on how the way they were doing things. Again, I do not claim to be a NASCAR expert by any means. In fact, if you remember way back in the day, Jamie Rose and I would flip a coin to see which Bush brother we were going to take, as we related that to us both being brothers. That's how we used to choose our racer. But we started taking things a little more serious, and I thought I was getting a better grip on understanding this stuff, and then they go and do something goofy like this past week. Apparently there was 3 different starting points for points, and so the finishing order, you have Kevin Harvick number 1, Brad Keselowski number 2, and Clint Bauer number 3. And like I said before, a special shout out to you guys know her better as Hockey Kate, Crazy Hockey Kate, for getting me some of these NASCAR results and talking to me about a little bit about what was going on in NASCAR last week. So, yeah, stay tuned on that. I still haven't had any time to do any research on that one. Okay, so that gets us through. So as always with NASCAR, if you chose the first, second, or third place person, and you got it right, then you got a point. You get 1 point for the person that places first, second, or third. If any one of your racers wins first, second, or third, then you get a point. And that finishes up last week's results for you guys. And you're right. Fresh, a little bit of water here. And let's jump into this week's show. Again, we are doing Season 8, Episode 19. Believe it or not, this is the March edition of Sports Frenzy already. And as I was talking about before, I don't have any. We don't have any local games. Well, we have local games because we have the local colleges, but we don't have any high school games on here this week because high school as far as basketball goes, is moving into districts, kind of wrapping things up. It doesn't work around the Sports Frenzy schedule right now. So we are going to be jumping into... We're jumped into hockey action this week. And it is March. So coming up real soon here is March Madness as well. In fact, what would that be? Next week? No, not quite next week. The picks show is on the 11th, and then I think it starts on the 13th. So we're a little ways off from March Madness yet. Not too far. March Madness to me is always a fun time. Because there's lots of I like a lot of the underdogs, a lot of the teams. It's a great time to watch some college basketball. See where your teams go, or because it's all about the heart, as I've stated before. All right, let's get into some picks for you guys before I bore you to death with my talking. We're gonna do. I started off with college hockey first this week, and our first game is starting us off right away. Opening up this week with your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. Come on, everybody, sing it with me. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. And it's also your NCHA Harris Cup Championship. That's right, folks. We have the 23 wins and 4 losses. St. Norbert. They are traveling right here to our very own Adrian, Michigan, playing against your Bulldogs, who have 25 wins, 4 losses. This game is Saturday at 2 p.m. I don't know if tickets are still available for this game, but if they are, you're probably going to want to get out there and cheer on your Adrian Bulldogs. I've got Adrian for the win. Go Bulldogs! Next up in our college hockey games, we have Wisconsin. Wisconsin has 14 wins, 17 losses, and 3 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against only the world's greatest hockey team of all time, the only university, the greatest university of them all. That's right. Go Blue! Go Blue! Go, go, go Blue! Hail to the victors! Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Michigan is your home team this week. They have 16 wins, 13 losses, 3 overtime losses. This is a Friday night game, 7:30 p.m., and you can watch it on BTN Plus. So it's a Big Ten Network Plus. That means it's not on the regular Big Ten Network, but it's on one of the other Big Ten networks that you can find like higher down in the if you have the cable, lower down in the cable package, or higher down in the cable package, depending on how you want to look at it. Anyway, you guys know who I got. I got the Go Blue boys. Go Blue! Go Blue! Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Next college hockey game I have for you guys features the 14 wins, 16 losses, 2 overtime losses. Those Western Michigan boys. And they're on the road, traveling to and playing against Colorado College, who has 13 wins, 14 losses, 5 overtime losses. This game is a Friday night game as well, and the puck drops at a very strange time, 7:37 p.m. Not 7:30, not 7:36, not 7:38. 7:37 p.m. Don't be late for that one. Even though you gotta go to Colorado to watch it. They're playing it. Anyway, I've got Western Michigan for the win. Go Broncos. Zeke's so excited he's snoring over here on the couch. Alright, now we're moving into, that was the last of our college hockey games. Moving into minor league hockey action. We have the 32 wins, 16 losses, 2 overtime losses. The Wilkes Barre Scranton Penguins. That's a long one. The Wilkes Barre Scranton Penguins. And they are traveling to and playing against your Grand Rapid Griffins, who have 29 wins, 18 losses, 1 overtime loss. This is a Friday night game at 7 p.m. And no, Jamie Rose, I have still not got my Grand Rapids Griffins gear, but I should get on that. I've got the Grand Rapids Griffins for the win. Let's go Griffins! Let's go Griffins! Our last minor league hockey game features the South Carolina Stingrays. They have 35 wins, 11 losses, and 6 overtime losses. They're on the road, traveling down to Toledo to play your Toledo Walleye. The Toledo Walleye. 37 wins, 14 losses, 4 overtime losses. This is a Friday night game, 7 p.m. Tickets are probably still available for this game. Walleye coming on strong this year. Having their buttons pushed and getting into some fights, showing some old school Toledo action there for you guys. I'm going with the Toledo Walleye for the win. Excuse me. And moving into regular season NHL hockey action. We have the Detroit Red Wings. The struggling Detroit Red Wings. They have 26 wins. 26 wins, 26 losses, 10 overtime losses. It has not been a super great season for the Red Wings. And basically, they have been showing that they had to change the seating, cover seats at the Little Caesars Arena because so many seats are not filled for games right now that it was showing up really bad and looking really bad doing the camera work and everything. So, yes, Red Wings struggling this year. I honestly am not real sure if we're going to have our coach at the end of the season. But stay tuned. Lots going on that way. Let me just take a quick peek here. We got quite a few friends joining us on the show here tonight. So welcome everybody that's tuning in to the live show on Facebook. Awesome to see you guys there. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate taking some time to listen to me talk about sports. I appreciate it a lot, guys. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, the Detroit Red Wings. We're on NHL hockey right now. Red Wings have 26 wins, 26 losses, 10 overtime losses, not having a great season. They're on the road this week, traveling to the Winnipeg Jets, who have 37 wins, 16 losses, 9 overtime losses. This is a Friday night game, 8 p.m., and you can watch it on FDT Plus. So that's Fox Sports Detroit Plus. That is also on a higher cable channel. And as you guys know, yes, they're struggling, but they are our Detroit Red Wings. Let's hear it for them. Detroit Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's get the win. Come on, guys. You can get it done still. We still believe in you. Yes, we do. Or at least I do. And hey, you got to look at it this way too, guys. Probably get, if you want to catch a game this season, I know they haven't been great, even though now this game is an away game, so you won't be able to catch it. But if you want to catch them live in Detroit, tickets are probably going fairly cheap right now, and you probably get some really good seats considering it looks like a lot of people aren't going out to the games right now. And you have to remember, too, one important thing about this, I guess, if you're, I don't know, I kind of look at it that way, even though I really didn't want to see him leave the old arena. This is the beginning of a new, this is the new arena. First year, get in there and get your stuff and memorabilia from the first season, opening in the Little Caesars Arena for both the Red Wings and the Pistons, really. And then, like I said, you can probably get tickets fairly reasonable right now. So, yeah. I'm trying to adjust my. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting in here a little bit. It's kind of crazy tonight how this is working. Let's give that just a little twist right there. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. And our second NHL hockey game tonight is your second 3-point bonus game. Let's do this. 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. That's right. This one is a tight game right here. We have the St. Louis Blues, who have 35 wins, 26 losses, and 4 overtime losses. 'Cause they go St. Louis Blues. And they are traveling to and playing against the Dallas Stars, who have 35 wins, 23 losses, 4 overtime losses. This is a Saturday game, 2 p.m. And this should be a very good game. And unfortunately, I could not find a network in our area that was going to be carrying this game. So you won't be able to see it. You could probably find it radio-wise if you wanted to listen to this game while doing something else, working around your house or playing video games or whatever else you might be doing. You could probably find it on either iHeartRadio app or the TuneIn radio app. Carries a lot of the different sporting games. You can listen to them online. through their apps or on your phone. Anyway, I've got to go with those St. Louis Blues. We're jumping into... it's funny. I found another little mistake I made on my sheets here. I put my NBA logo up here, and it says Friday night games. Well, that's not true, because I've also got Saturday games on here. Thankfully enough, I put that on here for you guys. So pay attention, because these aren't all Friday night games. But this first game is a Friday night game. We have your Detroit basketball. They're not doing so hot right now either. They have 28 wins and 32 losses. And they're on the road this week for this game. Playing the 18 wins, 42 losses. Friday night game, 7 p.m. The Orlando Magic. 7 p.m. is the game. You can watch this on FSD. I'm going to give the Pistons the benefit of the doubt, too. I'm going with Detroit basketball for the win. Our next game, we have the 43 wins and 19 losses. My other favorite basketball team, the Boston Celtics. All because of the Celtics of old, with Larry Bird and the gang back in the day. Made me a Boston Celtics fan. They have 43 wins, 19 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Houston Rockets, who have 47 wins and 13 losses. This is a Saturday game, guys. Saturday game at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. So this one is televised and you can watch it. I'm going with... Even though it looks like they've been struggling a little bit lately, my Boston Celtics. Go Celtics! I put this game on here this week. This is a rivalry game between, not necessarily the two teams, but my two brothers. Two of my brothers, the LA Lakers, who happen to be, well, actually a couple of my brothers are Lakers fans. We got the LA Lakers, who have 26 wins and 34 losses. This is not only my buddy Chris Bull's team, but it's also Roger Schoonover's team as well. He's a Lakers fan. But yes, reason I say this is a rivalry game because the LA Lakers, with Chris Bull representing behind those guys, they are traveling and playing against the 36 wins and 25 losses, the San Antonio Spurs, who happen to be Jason Boring's favorite team. So my two brothers there, when this game came on, they always had not really trash talking, but a little bit of fun talking about these two teams. I have nothing but total respect and love for the San Antonio Spurs. They are one of the most dedicated and loyal, true to the sport of basketball teams left out there. I mean, guys take pay cuts in San Antonio to stay on this team, guys. That's how much they love playing for them. Love just there's so much team chemistry there. So I got the San Antonio Spurs for the win. So we've covered some hockey, we've covered some basketball, and guys, it's another part of the year that's some of my favorite time of the season. It is lacrosse time. Lacrosse season. These first couple of games are indoor lacrosse, so we still have some indoor. This is pro indoor lacrosse. So we got some lacrosse season going on. These guys have been playing for a while, so this is indoor lacrosse, pro indoor lacrosse, and we have the 5 wins. Excuse me, 5 wins and 3 losses. The Mammoth taking on the 4 wins and 5 losses, the Georgia Swarm. And this is a Friday night game at 7:30. And we used to have sound effects for all these different guys. I haven't figured out how to reintroduce all that yet. The Mammoth has got a little bit better record. I've got to go with the Mammoth for the win this week. And our second indoor lacrosse game is a Saturday game at 8:30 p.m. NLL Lacrosse has a web page, and on that web page you can stream their games. It's not free though, so you have to either purchase a league pass, which I'm not sure how much it is because I've never done research on that. Or you can buy, I know you can buy single game options for that too. So if you're interested in the indoor lacrosse and you haven't bought a season pass, I don't know how much it is, or a single game action, you can look into that. I don't even have the website for you. I think it's NLL, it's NLL.com or something like that. But yes, so that's how you can watch these games. I don't think there's a radio network that I'm aware of for these guys. But our second game of the week is a Saturday game, 8:30 p.m. We have the Vancouver Stealth, who only have 1 win and 10 losses. And they are traveling to and playing the Saskatchewan. Oh, what a rush! If we have any wrestling fans out there, you know where I stole that from. They have 9 wins and 2 losses. Again, this is a Saturday game at 8:30. I gotta go with the Saskatchewan. Oh, what a rush! For the win. Another time of the year that I love, and I really don't get to watch many of these games, but they do have a schedule out, and I have posted that schedule to the Sports Frenzy page. A lot of these games are on different networks this year because, hey, lacrosse is getting more and more popular, and college lacrosse is huge, and a lot of people love college lacrosse, and I'm one of them. I haven't actually caught too many of their games this year yet, but they have started playing already, as these scores will reflect. And I'll see if, actually all these games I must have picked must have not been televised because I don't have any other, I don't have show anything for them being on. But you can catch, they have them on ESPN2, I think. ESPNU carries some college lacrosse games. CBS Sports, I want to say, has been carrying some college lacrosse games. So you can find them. They're actually out there. And I think some of these games you can actually stream online, too. They think they have live streams for those. So if you're into college lacrosse and you can't actually go and see one of your teams, I actually have... we'll get to that in just a minute here. Let me grab another quick drink. Anyway, excuse me again. We do have they're on here this week. Adrian College has a lacrosse team. If you want to check them out. And the only local high school that I know that has lacrosse is Tecumseh High School, and I'm not sure. I don't remember this. Their season's probably might be over already. No, it's not. It's probably just beginning. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find that for you guys. But if you want to do local, Tecumseh has a lacrosse team, and in the years past they've actually gotten to be really good at lacrosse. But college-wise, and I got these games on here this week, and we'll talk about it here in just a minute. We'll be getting to those teams. But our first team that I have on here for lacrosse this week, college lacrosse, is the 1 win and 3 losses Detroit Mercy Titans. And they're on the road traveling to Bellarmine University Knights, who have 1 win and 3 losses. This game is a Friday game, and it might be being played while some of you are actually watching Sports Frenzy. It's a 1 p.m. game. I am going to go Detroit Mercy Titans for the win. Just because. Next up, we have the world's greatest college. That's right, you guys know by now which college I'm talking about. The Go Blue Boys, Michigan Go Blue, Go Blue. Hail to the victors, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Michigan lacrosse team have 2 wins and 2 losses right now. They're on the road this week. When at home, they believe they play right there at the Big House. And I don't even know if they charge to play college lacrosse. I know when Michigan had the spring game this year, I don't think the football team I'm talking about, I don't think they charged to get into the lacrosse game. I think the lacrosse game was right after the spring game. Anyway, Michigan has 2 wins and 2 losses. They are on the road this week traveling to, don't be confused by this because this isn't our Siena Heights. This is just Siena. Siena, the home team. They are apparently some kind of dog. It's the, Siena. They have 2 wins and 0 losses. This is a Saturday game at 12 p.m. And you guys know who I got. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! I put these guys on here because they are actually one of the more popular lacrosse teams as far as I can remember. College lacrosse teams, they had a lot. I don't know them right off the top of my head, but I think they've had a lot of top players play for them in lacrosse. Anyway, we're talking about the North Carolina Tar Heels. They have 5 wins and 0 losses. They're traveling to and playing against St. John's, who has 3 wins and 1 loss. This is a Saturday game, 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Because I know this is one of the better teams, I've got to go with the North Carolina Tar Heels. They seem to put out very good lacrosse teams, and it's showing with their 5 wins and 0 losses. And jumping back into local action, we have the Adrian Bulldogs. That's right, they have a lacrosse team. They have 0 wins and 1 loss right now, though. And they're on the road this week, traveling to, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, Muskinum. And they haven't played a game yet. So they have 0 wins, 0 losses. This is a Saturday game at 1 p.m. I got to go with the local boys. Got to go with Adrian. Go with Adrian College boys. All right, guys. Moving into another thing that I am super excited about. Looking forward to some baseball action this year. That's why I got my Tigers gear on. Not necessarily, I'm not sure how excited we're going to be able to get about the Tigers right now. But baseball, folks, is back. Although you sure can't tell with this weather right now, can you? Anyway, I'm going to start off with some college baseball for you guys. And again, you're going to see our Michigan Go Blue Boys on here. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. That's right. The world's greatest college team is on here once again, representing in college baseball. We have the Michigan boys who have 2 wins and 5 losses. They got their work cut out for them this week, folks, because, man, this team has played a lot of games already and are smoking hot, and they are ranked 8th in the nation for baseball. They are Stanford, and Stanford has 8 wins and 0 losses. This game is a Friday game at 6:05 p.m., assuming the weather is good, I'm assuming. But it is in Stanford, so it may be all right. But even though they only have 2 wins under their belt, they are my college. You guys know that. I'm going with the Go Blue Boys of Michigan. Go Blue. Next up, we have our local team again in action. That's right, Adrian College. Off to a fiery start. And I do believe they have been chosen as one of the top-ranked teams again this year. So your Adrian Bulldogs baseball team is supposed to be really good. They have 2 wins and 0 losses. But they're on the road this week, playing the Emory Eagles. These guys are 4 wins and 6 losses. This is a Friday night game, 2 p.m. I've got to go with the Adrian Bulldogs for the win. Go Bulldogs. All right. Sheet. More college baseball we have for you guys. And we have one of my favorite teams because they are have one of my favorite coaches, uh, another brother of mine, and a former coworker of mine, Coach Gordy and his son, coach this team. Big shout out to Hillsdale. Hopefully, we'll catch some games this year. Me and Roger, and maybe we can get Jason out there too with us or something, and maybe my good buddy, maybe we can get Chris out there too if he's feeling good. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We got Hillsdale struggling a little bit right now. They have 2 wins and 6 losses already, if this is correct on my schedule here. If not, I'll be hearing from Gordy on that one. Anyway, they are playing Ballerman. Ballerman's the home team. They have 2 wins and 3 losses. This is a Saturday game at 12:30 p.m. You guys know who I'm going with. I'm going with Hillsdale for the victory. Go Hillsdale! And our last college baseball game this week features our other local college, Siena Heights. They have 4 wins and 11 losses. They are on the road, traveling again and playing against Thomas University Nighthawks. They have 8 wins and 12 losses. This is a Saturday game at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. They must be playing in a place that has lighting is all I can think of. So that's kind of a late start. Anyway, I'm going with Thomas University for the win. They have a little bit better record than Siena Heights. Sorry, Siena. You know, Siena is the current hosts of our Special Olympics every year. All right, guys, we are down to our last 3 games plus NASCAR. I have preseason baseball on here. Now, really, right now in preseason baseball, these games are more or less just for fun because, it's just for fun for us to have them on the sheets. There's absolutely nothing comes out of these games other than them setting up their rosters, finding out who's going to be playing in the major leagues, who's going to go back down to the minors and learn some more stuff, who's going where, who's going to get cut, who's not even going to make the team, might end up somewhere else. A lot of this is to help the pitchers get warmed up and ready for regular season. So, really, these games to us are just on here for fun. They don't really mean anything. These records mean 0. They don't mean nothing. So, like I said, they're more or less on here for fun. Because, hey, we love baseball, and if you're a baseball fan, you can watch almost every every major league preseason game is being carried on the MLB network right now. You can watch every game. I think they repeat some of those games if you don't see them. So yeah, that's an exciting time. Baseball is back, and looking forward to some great seasons from our teams. First game I have for you guys is the Miami Marlins. They have currently have 4 wins, 2 losses, and a tie under their belts. And they're playing our boys. Not looking too bad in preseason right now. That's right, your Detroit Tigers. 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. This game is Friday at 1 p.m. So those watching on here, if you guys watch the show later in the day, then they might be already playing. So no cheating. I've got the Detroit team. Go Tigers. Let's hope they can do something this year. Next game I put on here was the Philadelphia Phillies. They have 1 win and 5 losses. They are traveling. Well, they're not. These guys aren't traveling anywhere. Actually, they're all down there, right there in Florida playing. They're playing against the Tampa Bay Rays, who have 4 wins and 3 losses. This is a Friday game at 1 p.m. as well. I'm going to go, even though they haven't got many wins under their belt, I'm going to go Phillies, just because that's where my aunt was from and my grandma. And I remember years ago as a kid that when my aunt and my grandma went to a game, they actually caught a ball from a Phillies game and gave it to me. So I wish I still had that ball. Unfortunately, I don't. Probably one of my boxers chewed it up at the time or something. In our final baseball game this week, that's right, Dodgers. The LA Dodgers in preseason are 2 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. Like I said, this is nothing to worry about right now, guys. These are just preseason fun games. Everybody finding their way in their positions and getting to know their teammates again and getting warmed back up for regular season. And they are playing against the Chicago White Sox, who have 4 wins and 3 losses. This is a Friday game at 3:30 p.m. I like Dodgers. They're a fun team to watch. They can play some ball. All their pre-game shows are on Facebook. Those are always fun to watch. They're very family-oriented, fun times kind of baseball team. So it's very cool to kind of watch them. I've kind of adopted them as my second favorite team in baseball. So got to go with the LA Dodgers. And as I was telling you before, remember, even though there's some stuff on the other sheets and you might have printed some more sheets, this is your last game right here. There are no other games this week. The other games are just repeat games. That was your final game. But I've got to find out where. I didn't get this information up for you guys ahead of time. Let's try and find that for you real fast here. I didn't check out where the NASCAR race is this week. I apologize, guys, for not having this up in advance this time around, but all right, apparently we're racing in Las Vegas this week. Las Vegas is where your race is taking place. It's the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. So the Pennzoil 400. Presented by Jiffy Lube. This game will take place at 3:30, and it's in 3 stages again. Stage 1 ends in 80 laps. Stage 2 ends in 160 laps. And the final stage, 267 laps. I'm not sure about this whole lap thing this year. But that's what I know about the race right now, and that's what it is this week. So on our sheets, as always, you can pick one of the guys that are on the sheets. I still have to update the sheets. I still have Dale Earnhardt Jr. on there. I know he's not racing this season. And I got to make sure everybody else is on the sheets that race. I'm going to stick with Kyle Busch as the guy I'm going with for my NASCAR racer. That's how I've been doing it. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to the Frenzy page, and I'll get you guys some information on what's going on in the world of sports right now, according to Sports Frenzy. You can catch us on the Sports Frenzy page on Facebook just by going to the Facebook group Sports Frenzy. And you can request there to be a member of Sports Frenzy, and I will get you hooked up as quickly as I can. You can also follow us at Sports Frenzy 1, or it's at Sports Frenzy 1 on our Twitter page. And you can follow us on YouTube. It's Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1. That's the official YouTube page. Those are ways you can follow us on Sports Frenzy. You can always email me at tim.cole@lisd.us if you'd like to email me with questions, comments, love for the show, hate for the show, something you'd like to see me do differently. Either way, you can find me that way. Our congratulations goes out to Michigan basketball tonight, beating the Hawkeyes 77-71. And this one, Jamie Rose posted about a little bit ago. A little bit sad by this one. It appears that Jim Kelly, Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly's cancer has returned. So a shout out to him and his fight, and hopefully prayers to him that he beats his cancer once again. NFL teams making some changes right now. Carolina Panthers have released veteran running back. You can find out more of that on the Sports Frenzy page. Rob Gronkowski expected to come back and play in 2018. So Gronk's not leaving you guys yet. Matt Forte retiring from the NFL after a decade with impressive running back play with the Bears and Jets. So congratulations to him and his retirement. MSU men's basketball coach Tom Izzo finally coming out and addressing many of the issues that have been going on at Michigan State. A lot of bad stuff we're not even going to bring up on the show, but he has finally come out and started addressing it. And he has already. One of the comments I took away from it, he wants to focus on basketball and the basketball team. So there you go. Chicago Bears released quarterback Mike Glennon. So he's a free agent on the market now. Congratulations to Michigan hire Ed, I'm going to butcher his name, Warner, hired as an offensive coach for Michigan, so that's supposedly some great news there. Go Blue. Michigan has filed their first appeal for Shea Patterson to have immediate eligibility at Michigan. Apparently, he was not granted eligibility right now, so congratulations to the to Lenawee Christian, advancing in Class D district finals. They will be playing at Adrian College against North Adams Jerome. 6:30 p.m. Doesn't say when for that game. Congratulations goes out to the Addison Panther girls who beat the Hudson girls 50-44. So it looks like they will be moving on in districts. Alright, that appears to be just the opposite of what I said, because we have 3 Lenawee County girls teams playing for district titles tonight, Friday, for those watching the show, the non-live show. It will be Onstead, Class B, Hudson, Class C, and Lenawee Christian in Class D. So congratulations goes out to all our girl teams. It appears that WWE current Universal Champion Brock Lesnar might be looking at a UFC return. He's been recently spotted with Dana White. So it's a good chance maybe he's going to drop the title at WrestleMania. We shall see. Papa John's has been penalized and is no longer the pizza of the NFL. Pizza Hut is now the official pizza of the NFL. So congratulations to them to being the new sponsors for the NFL. The Detroit Lions have placed the franchise tag on Ezekiel. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name, but he is now a franchise player for the Detroit Tigers. Or Tigers. Gosh darn it, I knew I was going to mess that up. The Detroit Lions. Rumors are going around that after WrestleMania, the WWE will be releasing Bray Wyatt. In other wrestling news, it appears that former TNA wrestler and one-time WWE wrestler Bobby Lashley has agreed to terms with the WWE and will be showing up here soon. That looks like that's all I have for you guys this week. So lots of information, lots of good stuff. Thanks again, guys, for joining me for the show this week. And I don't see anything interfering with getting the sheets done before Monday. So everybody have a great weekend. Get out there and enjoy it no matter what you do with family, friends, loved ones, sports, whatever you're doing. Get out there and enjoy it. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone, and we will see everybody right back here next week at the same time once again for the next exciting edition of Sports Frenzy. Take care, everybody, and the coach is out of here.